What's going on, YouTube? So today I wanted to talk about something that is very important when you're trying to get into the industry. There are generally a few different routes that people usually talk about when getting into the industry: college, boot camps, and self-taught. I want to focus on boot camps for this particular video. And who are boot camps for? And who are they not for? Are they effective? Are they not effective? These are the things I want to talk about. So getting started, generally speaking, are they effective? Generally, I would say yes. And we have to define, what do we mean by that? So are they effective in the sense of bringing someone who doesn't know anything about coding to being able to code something? I would say generally speaking, most boot camps can do that for you. Now, if you're saying, will it get me a job? That's a whole nother discussion. That has a lot to do with who you are as an individual and your work ethic and the things that you took away from the program. But also it has to do with the program itself and the instructor. So we're just gonna move on from that part of it. So generally speaking, they are effective depending on the individual and the instructor, of course. So now, who are boot camps for? Well, boot camps, generally speaking, in terms of length, they are generally around 3 months long, maybe 4. Occasionally you'll see 10 months to a year. For the most part, most boot camps are short, like about 12 weeks. And within that time frame, they're packing in a lot of information. They're about 3 months long. Hold on. What are you doing? That's Buddy, everybody. Anywho, so boot camps are generally 3 months long. They're effective, but they're cramming in a lot of information. So who is the type of person that can be able to do or sit in the class that is about 8 hours long, maybe 10 hours? Some even talk about 12 hours a day for 5 to 6 days a week for 3 months. Now, I don't think the average person can do that. And I think that's something that's really, really extreme, to be honest. However, you are talking about 3 months to learn everything that you need to be able to make 6 figures. And some promise 6 figures, some promise around 80,000, some promise around 60,000. Some just say you're gonna get a job. They don't even care if it's 40,000. They don't care if you're a help desk role. Guess what you're gonna get. So when we go over all of those things and we factor in all of that, the best ideal type of person to go to boot camp, in my opinion, would be college age student or person who doesn't have too much responsibility. Generally speaking, around that age, you don't have many responsibilities. You don't have a mortgage, you're not really worrying about rent. Maybe some people are, but generally speaking, you're able to stay under a roof of your guardian, your parents. And if you're in that type of situation where you don't have to worry about putting food on the table for someone else or even for yourself, I think a boot camp is a great option, because then you can just lock in and focus 100% of your effort on that boot camp and what you're learning and progress your skills that way. Now, if you're someone who is like me, who was working in a career, I was a teacher, and I had a mortgage to pay for, I got a car note, I got insurance, I got homeowners insurance, I got car insurance, what else? I got pets, as you can see. I have a family. So there are many things that are on my shoulders. There's a lot of responsibilities. I can't quit those things to just go to a boot camp in hopes of being able to get a job and switching my career. So I had to be a little bit more tactical in terms of how I am a software engineer. And I think also, if you are that type of individual, I don't think investing in these, the average boot camp is about $15,000. I don't think investing that much money into a fast-paced program is going to benefit you in the long run, because I speak with so many people every single day, and I just see how much it affects people in terms of putting them into debt. And also, they weren't able to get a job. Maybe they went to a boot camp, a year ago, or 6 months ago, a couple months ago, or a couple years ago, and they still aren't in the industry. And it's because they just had so much going on when they were in the boot camp, and there were so many promises that the boot camp markets, their marketing is really good. And so I would generally say, if you're around that, if you're that type of individual, if you're similar to how I was and you have responsibilities, don't go that route. There's other routes for you to go. There's college, but college is really long, and I don't know if you want to go that route. We'll talk about that in another video. And there's also the self-taught. We'll talk about that also in another video. And there's another path that I think is not spoken about as much as it should be, because I do think that this is probably the best path and the most flexible path. And I think that's when you're getting a coach or a mentor. And we're gonna have another video on that coming soon. And if you're interested, we do have a 6-week challenge that is coming out that we're currently doing. And this has been really effective for helping helping people get into the industry, but also helping people upskill themselves and being able to just have the skill overall that demands 6 figures or high 5 figures, close to 6 figures in the industry is amazing. And we promise our whole mission is around people not going into debt to get into tech. And I love everybody regardless of your race, your color, ethnicity, whatever. I don't care. I lived outside of America for 8 years, but one thing that I do notice is that African Americans in particular are about 2% of the industry, and when it comes to software engineers, so it's very, 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 very low. And there's a lot of gatekeeping out there, and I would recommend this program to a lot of African Americans, like brothers and sisters, like myself, and my family and whatnot. But I would definitely recommend this program for anybody who is in a similar situation. Just, it doesn't really matter about your skin color or anything like that, but it was just something that I noticed. And I do notice that most African Americans feel comfortable speaking with me, probably because I don't know. So if that's you, check it out in the description below. We have consultations. I hope I'm saying that right. And just book a call. We get to see, how it is that we may be able to help you and ultimately get you in the industry as quickly as possible. So it was good chatting with you. I look forward to talking about, the other ones, the self-taught route, the coaching, the 6-week challenge, all the other programs that we have out there, college, and hopes to get you into the industry. Take care, guys. Peace.